I am Tom Mitchell, aka WJT Mitchell, author of numerous books on visual culture, art, visual art, race, public art, politics. I teach at the university in art history, English literature, cinema studies, and in the Department of Visual Arts. Okay, this piece is called The Infinite Cube. I think of it as a bit like a mythical object conjured up by Borges in his wonderful story, The Aleph, which is about a place in which infinity can be seen. The entire universe, all places are found inside of this one place. The piece was inspired by the work of my son, Gabriel Mitchell, who was an artist and who struggled with the dreadful illness of schizophrenia for 20 years, which finally overwhelmed him 2 years ago, at which time my old friend Antony Gormley, one of the great sculptors of our time, who had met Gabe and knew about his work, Antony offered to realize this idea that Gabe had of an infinite cube that would be a kind of machine for thinking about the infinity of thought itself.
I'm Antony Gormley. I'm a sculptor, and well, it was just a huge adventure and privilege to make this infinite cube.
They talked a lot about this project. The cubical idea came to him from the idea of the 4 proteins that make up DNA.
He shared his perceptions about his own, you could say, condition of consciousness. He was unself-conscious and completely open about the research that he did, in a way, on his own perceptions of the world.
So he thought of this as a kind of window into the infinite realm of vitalism and life itself.
Those extraordinary perspectival tunnels of light that almost disappear into infinite space move as we move around, and the connections, there are illusions of pathways.
Of course, in the history of sculpture, there's a long tradition of memorial sculpture, like the cenotaph, a kind of plain object that somehow becomes like a black box of memory. And that's the way I think of this. But it's not only a black box of memory, it's also a box full of imagination.